Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. It's Neo speaking. Today we are going to discuss how to use the Smart Tempo functionality. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. So we are inside the Logic Pro for iPad on an iPad Pro M1. Let's click on Create Project and let's select Tracks. Okay, let's select patches, loops, and samples. Okay, so let's bring up the file up so that we can drag and drop a file. So let's choose something that has a different tempo than the project tempo, which at the moment is set on 120, as you can see. So let's choose this one, click drag and drop over there, and then let's close the file up. Okay, let's close also the browser as well. Okay, let's play this audio file which I just imported. Okay, as you can see, it is set to be on 85 bits per minute. It is on a C major as a scale. And that is the loop, of course, which I have imported, the audio file that I have imported. And as you can see, the project tempo is set to 120, so they are actually different, right? Now, let's click on the file itself, okay? And let's activate the context menu. And as you can see, you have a tempo selection here, a tempo menu item, and inside that you have Analyze tempo and also write project tempo to audio file. Now, before we select any of those, we go inside the inspector with the region selected, and you can see it says region selected there. We expand the general here, and as you can see, the flex and follow is off, and please do follow the one of the previous tutorials where I talked about flex, okay? And if you go up at track level, you can see also flex is off there as well, okay? So it doesn't have at the moment any information from the region about the original tempo either. Indeed, if you again select tempo here, it doesn't have any other option apart from analyzing the tempo and also write the project tempo to audio file. Now you can select to write the project tempo, which in this case is 120, is up here, to the audio file. And if you do that, it gives you a message to say, well, are you sure you want to do this? Because you cannot undo it. At the moment, I'm going to select cancel. But let's go back to the tempo options and let's select now Analyze tempo. As soon as you have done that, it might look like nothing has happened, but you can see straight away on the left-hand side on the inspector that it says original tempo 7438, okay, which is actually different than the 85, which the export has recorded the loop with. Anyway, so let's go back now to the tempo, and now you can see, to the tempo menu, and you can see different or additional items. You can still analyze the tempo if you think that things don't look right, and you can continue to do so. The other thing as well is when you import audio files inside the Logic Pro, Logic Pro does its best to locate tempo information, and sometimes maybe that is not accurate. That is why you also use the Analyze tempo to rescan for tempo information. Of course, this file didn't have tempo information, and now we have analyzed it, and now we have the ability to go inside and edit the smart tempo. So for example, you can go inside and say I half the time or make the time twice, like so, and you can see that it's changing here in terms of duration as well. And if I play, okay, the other thing to notice is that as well, the flex and follow has changed to be on and aligned to bars automatically. Now, if you go back up to track, the flex mode has also changed to flex time polyphonic because of the type of audio file it is. It has chosen polyphonic. And again, go back to one of the previous tutorials where I explained how to use the different flex mode. Okay, now you can undo, okay, and you can see the flex mode is disabled here. Okay, and if I go back to the region Again, it says off here, original tempo 170. Go back again. It says 85 now as original tempo, which is correct. Now, you can, of course, go back to the tempo option, go and edit smart tempo again. You can set the mode here to be constant and variable. You would use variable if there are differences in tempos throughout the playing of the sample, which becomes more accurate when, for example, you have drum sounds or you had a live performance, okay? You can also input the number here. You can also change the time signature, which is really interesting in terms of course, incorporating that audio clip inside your project file and your project setup. You simply just click here and type 3/4, and then you can see it makes the relevant changes here. Of course, let's undo this and let's go back to the tempo again, edit smart tempo. And actually, let's undo that. Okay, hopefully it will come back now. Here we go, 4/4, perfect. You can also shift the down bit just in case you hear that that is not correctly aligned, and you can shift it forward or backwards, and you will hear that it is not aligned correctly in terms of when the first down bit actually lands, if it lands that, for example, at the beginning of a measure or in the middle, etc. So you have the ability to shift it, which of course is really convenient. Other things you can also do here are apply the region tempo to the project. At the moment, the region is on 85. The project tempo is 120. If I click on it, the project tempo here is changed to 85. Now, that is well and good, but if you had another region, for example, like a MIDI track with a MIDI region, then that would, and you already had that pre-recorded, that will actually play at lower speed because you actually changed the tempo. So be careful in terms of changing the different options. You can also apply the project tempo to the region and down bit. Okay, you can do the opposite, and of course you see the changes there immediately. You see a flex and the follow has been set to on and align bars. Again, check my previous tutorial, and again the flex mode is changed to polyphonic. And of course, if you play the audio file, so it plays in an accelerated way. So you moved from 85 to actually 120, so you match the project tempo. Okay. Actually, and let's should have not done that, so let's reopen this the file like so. Sorry about that. And here it is. Okay, and let's close these again, and then let's analyze the tempo again. Okay, there you are. So additional options that you can also use is write the project tempo to the audio file, which I showed you earlier, and then you can remove the tempo information. And again, it gives you a warning if you want to do that or not, because again, it cannot be undone. So you have different options now, hopefully in conjunction with the previous tutorials. Now you know how to use smart tempo and therefore analyze tempo and therefore analyze for tempo information within an audio file. And then you know, as you change the tempo, what it does in terms of setting follow on and the original tempo, and also what happens in relation to the flex mode as we covered them in a previous tutorial. Okay, I hope you found the short tutorial useful. I hope it makes sense. If not, please do leave comments. And as always, see you next time. Bye.